What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Coach Hayes Football, the WRE Live Edition. Today, we got a very special one. I know it's been a minute since we've done a WRE Live, and that is just very simply due to the fact that a lot of these student athletes are in season. It's hard to get them because coaches grinding them out. You know, they playing them for the season. They get them going for practice. They got homework to do. So we kind of went on a little hiatus for the WRE Lives during the season just because it is hard to do, and these guys are grinding out for the postseason and so forth and so on. So without further ado, let me go ahead and get into a couple of things. Like I said, as you know, I do the WRE, which is Watch, React, and Evaluate, and that's what WRE stands for. Which to the top talent in the nation. So today we got a very special one. We're going to look at this young man. We're going to talk to him a little bit, get into the mind of him, find out who he is. And so before I get started, let me know real quick in the comment section that everything does sound good, everything looks good, as well as if you are on Facebook, do me a favor, click the button, start a watch party. Get this thing going, share it out. If you're in one of these Ohio State groups, share this thing out, put it into the group chats, because guess what? You Ohio State fans are pure buck nuts. That's all I got to tell you. You guys are straight crazy, and you keep this channel going, man. And so real quick, also, if you're on YouTube, do the same thing. Make sure you share it out, share the link, pass that thing around. Just hit that share button under the bottom. You can share it out on your Twitter, YouTube, whatever the case may be. And also, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you have all the things that come out on Coach Hayes Football YouTube channel, because we're having a lot of fun. Also, real quick before we get started, I have launched CoachHayesFootball.com. That is the #1 site for players, coaches, and fans. We are still currently building it up, adding to it, all of that good stuff. We have our merch on there for the fans, for the players. We're going to do big things when it comes down to recruiting. And for the coaches, we're going to start putting coaching clinics together and all of that stuff, man. So we're going to have a lot of fun with it. But without further ado, I'm not going to sit up here and talk about me, because the show is not about me. The show is about this young man right here and all that he's accomplished. Now, he has a very interesting story, and I can't wait to get into it. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring him in, talk to us. What's going on, Zen, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fine, man. So we here. You know what I mean? Zen, first of all, let me get this out. Your name is Zen Michalski. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
But your first name is technically what? I'm going to let you pronounce it.
Zenue. Yeah, it's a tough one.
Zenue. I love it, man. It's a great name. It's a cool name, and it's definitely an offensive lineman's name, if you ask me. You know what I mean? So let's get into this thing, man. Let's talk a little bit, because we're not going to sit up here and dibble-dabble. We're going to talk for real about all this stuff, man. So let me ask you this first. Who is Zen Makowski?
Very new offensive lineman. I guess my whole life consists of around football and just getting better at football, really. So that's all I can really say.
Okay. Now, what about Zen? Let's say off the football field. What do you like to do? What interests you? Those type of things.
Oh man, I'm a big I'm a big video game guy. I love playing Xbox. Love hanging out with my friends. Just I'm a pretty chill person, I guess. I just like to hang out, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Just I'm pretty good with school too. I have good grades, so that's pretty much.
I got you, man. Now let me ask you a quick question. Now your measurables are very interesting. What is your size and weight right now?
I'm 6'6" and a quarter. I'm pretty sure, just a little bit, like a hair over, and about 285.
Perfect, man. That's huge. 6'6" in high school, man. I know when you got off the bus, man, them dudes like, who is this cat? Huh?
Yes, of course. And it was really fun this year, especially just at a lot of our games, just people knowing who you are and stuff. And it was super fun.
Got you, man. Now let me ask you. So you guys, we've had this whole COVID deal and everything so far as we had a lot of things going on with COVID and so forth. And right now in your state, what state are you in right now?
Indiana.
So in Indiana, how did the COVID affect your season, or did it at all?
Not really at all. We were very blessed. The only thing that really changed is having to wear masks in the weight room and in the locker room. But other than that, we were pretty good.
Got you. So then doing all of that, you had your season. Your season is currently done right now, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I don't know what happened. Something's rubbing or something on your mic. Yeah, you're all right. I don't know. Maybe it's the mic rubbing against your shirt. It's all good. So anyway, your season is over. You just finished. When did you guys finish?
7-3.
You finished 7-3, and when you just finished this weekend, just passed?
About 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. All right, so 7-3, and you made it on to the playoffs in the postseason, correct?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. So, with all that being said, now that you have a chance to kind of reflect on the season, it's been 2 weeks. What were your goals for the season? What did you have before the season started? What were your goals for that season?
Just to kind of coming into the season, there was just being in like a smaller community. Our community is a lot about football, and we haven't really had any kind of like larger recruits come through our high school. So it was a lot of pressure just to perform and make sure that like everyone. A big question around me was just like, is he overrated and stuff like that? And I think that I had a blast this season, definitely my best season I've ever had, so much better than last year. And I just wanted to come out. I also wanted to get all state and top 50. And I know I got put up for Mr. Football this year. And my goal originally was just all state, and to be recognized for the Mr. Football award or a candidate for it is just, that's awesome. I couldn't have asked for anything more.
No, definitely, man. Like I said, that's huge. So just like you say, just being a candidate is something that's huge, man, especially in Indiana when it comes to these linemen, man. You guys breed them left and right. I actually did a young man that's going to Notre Dame, Blake Fisher, man. He's a monster, bro. You know what I mean? And I love him. Just that he actually did one of these WRE lives. And I mean, great person, great young man, great support system, man. And I wish him nothing but the best as well as you. Now let's get into this piece, man. You talked about your goals. Before we get into the next question, I know we talked a little bit before this. Talk to us a little bit about your path in playing football and offensive line.
So pretty much I played dominantly basketball up until 7th grade. And it just wasn't working. I would foul out almost every game. So it was too much struggle for me. So I just decided that I would switch it up. And 8th grade was my first year playing football. My stepdad kind of just I was a little bit hesitant at first because I didn't know how it would go. And he was just like, hey, we'll buy you a new phone if you just try it out, try the season. And I was like, I hadn't even had a phone. So I was like, shoot, let's do it. Let's see what happens. And I had a blast. I love it.
Hey, one thing about you young men, boy, you dangle some electronics in front of you. You guys will do anything, man. So that's all it took was a phone to get you to get onto the gridiron, huh?
I just wanted to try it. You know what I mean? It was something that I'm so happy that they decided to let me or to try to get me to do it. And I remember extremely vividly. It was probably like the 8th grade practice, and I had made my first tackle ever. I was playing defensive tackle, and I was like, I love this. This is just like, I want to do this for, like forever. And it was blessed for that. But then coming into freshman year, I don't remember how large I was or how big I was 8th grade, but freshman year I was probably about like 5'11", 205, and played defensive tackle still, and kind of just played through that year as it is. And then sophomore year, I had a big growth spurt up to 6'4", and I was I lost a little bit of weight, and I was around 185, but I was like super uncoordinated, skinny, kind of looked like it was just weird. It was definitely a season just to build, really just try to figure out, how to use your body. But that off season, my coach had asked me to try to step in and play offensive line. So he had me try to gain weight, and I was in the weight room a lot, and I probably put on around I guess like 50-ish pounds. I got up to 240 for the start of my junior season, and played offensive tackle, and that's where my film got noticed. And that my junior season, I had grown up to about 6'6", maybe like a little bit under, but I was right there. And that's where my film kind of started to get noticed after that season. And by the end of that season, after our regional championship, when our season ended, I was probably about 217, 215. I'd lost a lot of weight. It's tough to keep your weight in season, but for this offseason, I had a goal initially just to get up to 250, 255, or just 260 just to play and keep my speed and stuff. But quarantine and everything hit, and it was more than a blessing. Than it helped me so much to have 2 months to just dedicate all my time and effort and everything into football and eating. And I actually exceeded my goal by a lot and started out our season at like 288. And I felt great moving at that weight too. I decided just to stop just because we were really close to the season starting at that time. And yeah, it's pretty much my football journey so far.
I got you, man. Let me ask you this real quick question. We got comments, they flying through, man. We got quite a few people in here. I know what you know. I know what you know to respond to this. John Eric says, let's go. OH.
IO.
I heard that, man. Here you go. All right, man. Real quick. KA says, man, love this kid's film. And if you didn't know, I did do a WRE film on him a couple of weeks ago, man. You're more than welcome to check that out. Here, KA has a great question. Hey, coach, if you can ask Zen, what would he suggest for a middle school 8th grade lineman heading into high school next year? What kind of suggestions, what kind of advice would you give a young man that's getting ready to head into high school?
Trust the process. I remember a big thing is that I try to preach this to the freshmen this year. I was just like, please, like, I know some stuff might sound weird right now with like what you're doing in the weight room or what your coach wants you to do on the field. You might like think to yourself like, why am I doing this? But trust me, they know what they're talking about. Just listen, and just if you do absolutely everything your coach and your strength coach says, you'll be totally fine and exceed a lot of expectations.
Got you, man. That's huge, man. It's glad that you said that. You know, a lot of times, especially these young athletes, they think they know everything. You know, I tell people even in the NFL, they have coaches and they have a coach for a reason. You know what I mean? So that's huge. Now let's jump back on. Let's go back on track a little bit. Let me see if I can grab these next. Man, the comments are rolling in real quick, man. You guys are killing it in the comment section. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for us, man, so we can grow this channel because we got a big thing coming up with our road to 10K. That's 10,000. We almost at 10. We're not almost. We have 5,400 subscribers. We're trying to get to 10K by New Year. Ooh, I love a challenge. So here we go, man. Now we talked about your goals. Let me ask you this, Zen. What is the strength of your game right now?
I'd probably say my run blocking. Being a new offensive lineman, it was probably the easier thing for me to learn. And my coaches told me that I naturally would come out of my stance low, and it just helped me a lot in my footwork. And the thing that, like I said, that I think is that the reason that's my strength is just because it is very simple. It was like the first thing I learned how to do. And our team is a really very heavy run team. So I got to practice it a ton, and yeah, for sure, run blocking.
All right, and that's cool. So then I guess the contrast or the flip side of that would be, what part of your game would you like to improve the most?
Definitely pass blocking. It is something that has eluded me for a while. It's nothing from my coaches, nothing that's like they did nothing wrong. We didn't really focus a lot on technique of pass blocking and working on it because, like I said, we're like a zone team. We run 90% of the time. So that's something I want to focus on, and that's I worked on it today. You know, just down at the field, just trying to get better with it. But I think pass blocking is fun, honestly, just because it's a challenge when all your momentum's coming backwards and you have to catch some guy if he tries to like bull rush or speed rush you. But yeah, it's definitely something I want to work on.
There's a lot of technique involved with that, especially at the next level you're going to, man. You're going to see some big time guys that you're going up against. And, you're going to be practicing against some future NFL Hall of Famers, man, walking on campus. So it's going to be pretty tough, man. But you're there, like you said, the same advice you gave earlier is the same advice you take when you go there. Trust the process, trust the coaching, and learn from it, man. Definitely. Now, let's get into this piece. You say you played football. You started your junior year at offensive line. And you said that's how your film got noticed. So how did the recruiting process, what was that experience like? And who was your first offer from?
Man, it was something that I never ever would have guessed would happen to me. It was so cool, honestly, just talking to coaches all the time. But my first offer was from Indiana State, and that was a huge moment. We went for actually the only college visit I ever got to go on was to Indiana State, and it was a junior day where they extended an offer to me, and that was just a blast. And then my coach, I mean, me personally, I didn't think it'd go anywhere else. So I was like, man, I want to take this scholarship and run with it and just, have college paid for. But my coach, my head coach had told me to wait and just kind of just give it a second because he said that more would come, and he was right. And I had 5 to 6 offers in the next 2 weeks after that. And then I got my first Power 5 one from Boston College, and just kind of went from there, really. It was awesome.
So that tells you if you get a Boston College offer, that means you got something up here too, man. So that's great because Boston College, boy, you got to be a smarty pants to get in there, right? You got to be a beast on the field, But you definitely got to be a student in the classroom, man, if you're going to there. So now let's ask this, because I do have a question, a comment rather, somebody asked, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, well, they did ask this. Ballard Sports Media says, curious if you got an offer from a team like Alabama, and if he has maybe met their top tier coach like Saban.
I had talked to them a lot, and it was something that, like, I initially, like, it was probably a little bit around when Ohio State started talking to me, but pretty much when they started talking to Ohio State and I got an offer, probably, I think it was, probably after they started talking to me week 1 of the season is when when I started talking to Ohio State and a little bit of Bama and stuff. And then week 3 after our Elder game is when I got an Ohio State offer, and that's pretty much when I cut off a lot of the other coaches, just because I, like, as soon as I got that offer, like, I knew I wanted to go there. I was committed to Louisville at the time too, but you know, it's just something that, like, you got to really look at all your options and make sure that you made the right choice for you and your family, and pretty much as everybody.
Right. No, that's huge, man. Real quick, I'm glad this one in here. Coach Sheridan, what's up, man? Being a former basketball player, that will help you with your pass blocking. So as an O-line coach, if you're out balling, focus on playing defense and not letting the offensive players get to the rim. The rim is your quarterback. I love it. I think that's some pretty smooth advice, man. All right.
That.
Yeah, man. So now let's jump into this piece here. We talked about the recruiting experience. Now, you say you were committed to Louisville. All right. Outside of Ohio State, of course, we know you're committed there. So you had Louisville. Who would be your top 3 outside of Ohio State?
My top 4 that I had chose from was Ohio State, Penn State, Florida State, and Louisville.
Okay, so now what is it about those schools, those other 3 besides Ohio State, that you really like? What was it that stood out that you say, you know what, man, I can see myself playing here?
Well, for one, Ohio State, for me, is just, you know, my family. A lot of my family's from Ohio.
Hold on, I'm going to skip Ohio State. I'm going to get it on math. Tell me about Florida State, Penn State, and Louisville.
So Louisville, I live about 15 minutes away from Louisville, and it was cool just to. I grew up in Louisville with my mom and my stepdad, and it was kind of just like my hometown, and it would just be cool. I thought at the time it would be a really awesome. When I committed, that was definitely the best option for me, and they were great coaching. They were some of the coolest guys I've talked to, and Florida State, awesome coaches. You know, just awesome area too. Florida, I thought Florida would be a blast to live in, but me, kind of like when the decision came closer, I kind of realized that going far might not really be for me. So that's kind of why I didn't decide to go there. But Penn State, loved the coaches there. Another big offensive line school, and you know, just growing up, Penn State was like one of those teams you're just like, man, that's Penn State. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah. And then, do you mean to do Ohio State now?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now. Now, why Ohio State?
Well, Ohio State mainly because hands down, the best coaches I've talked to in the entire recruiting process. Just Coach Stud, Coach Cook, Coach Day, Coach Wilson, I could name some of the best, honest, personal, just actual people I've ever talked to in the whole experience. They're real with you. They tell you how it is. They care about you more than just outside of football. Like some schools kind of made you feel like a number when Coach Day would call and ask me, I had a 20-minute conversation with me, almost every other day, just about what's going on and how's football, my school doing and stuff. And same thing with Coach Cook. I mean, just some of the best coaches I've ever gotten to talk to. And obviously amazing football program and awesome school too. It is very good, academics wise. And they just really made me feel at home.
That's huge, man. And so now you said about taking visits due to COVID. So have you been to Ohio State on a visit?
Oh no, I have not. I'm not on a recruiting visit, but on a normal visit. I've gone up with my dad twice now.
I got you, man. That's pretty cool, man. Hey, so it is what it is, man. You got to get in there. And those guys have been coaching real quick. This is my man right here, man. It's part of my booster. Big Kurt, what's going on? He's a big IU alum, and you're in Indiana. So what happened to Indiana? Did they hit the scene or what?
I had an offer from Indiana, but it, Indiana's a great school. I love the coaches there too, but it just, you got to weigh the pros and cons, and I just had a gut feeling about Ohio State, and I went with it.
I got you, man. Well, here's what we're about to do, man. Real quick, I'm going to throw this up here. Like I said, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Share this thing out. Go to CoachHayesFootball.com. It is the #1 site for players, coaches, and fans. Also, I'm going to throw this up here. We got some merchandise we have up there, and I got a character I call Po Lil Timmy, right? That's for guy. You're going to see this here in a few minutes when we get to the film breakdown. But also, I'm going to throw this shirt up here, man. We got us a #GoBuck shirt with the hashtag. I know you guys in Ohio don't say Michigan, but I'm not from Ohio, so I'm going to say it says Michigan sucks on the bottom. Make sure you go cop that shirt, man. You got other styles available, other teams available. Go check it out. Right there, I think it's pretty cool, and those proceeds do help this channel to help make better productions. So make sure you go ahead and check it out, man, and make it happen. Now, real quick before we get started, I have to do my little take care of some bills here, man. So we're gonna do that right quick before we jump into the film. All right. So excuse my ad on your face here. Here we go, man. This segment of Coach Hayes Football is sponsored by Clean Team Get Right. Fellas, after you trained, played, and battled on the field of play, you must clean up and get showered and then get right with Clean Team Get Right. Get Right will have you right all day and night. Remember, being clean is everything. Guys, make sure you can check them out at GetRightFragrance.com. You can also check them out on their Instagram page at Get Right Fragrance. It smells great. If you have smell-o-vision, Coach got some on right now. You can smell me. I smell great. I went out in the whole COVID thing, man. I had to beat them off with a stick, man. Trust me. So if your wife out there watching it, don't buy your husband, because guess what? They'll be all over him. All right, here we go. So let's go ahead and check this out, man. We're going to jump right into your film. Zen, we're going to see what's going on. Let me pull up this film right quick, and we're going to check it out and make it happen, man. Let me see here. Pause this for a second, and then we're going to bring you on. Here we go. Did I do it? Oh, it'd be nice if I added to the stream. All right, here we go. So we're going to look at this film, all right? And what I want you to do is we're going to kind of walk through some of these plays. We're going to talk about some of these plays, okay? And I want you to I want to get into the mind of you as a player, who you are, what you're thinking on these particular calls. So hopefully that way, people can learn more about you, because like I say, sometimes as football players, we don't get that luxury of knowing who we are. They just see big number 55 out there, but we don't know how you think about it. So let's jump into this thing right now, man. We're going to check this out and make it happen, man. Look at this big old dude, boy. Here we go. All right. So now, all right, I stopped it. Do you remember this play right here?
Yes, I do. Yep. I love this play.
It's 3rd and 1 right now. Talk to me, man. What's going on?
So the play we're going to be running here is 35 GT. It's basically we have our it's going to the left, and we have our backside guard and tackles pulling around. And my whole job is to take usually a 3 technique, but in this one I had to take the defensive end because he's lined up on top of me, and basically just take him out of the play completely, try to just move the whole line of scrimmage down, or just my coach, what he would just tell me is just drive him to the fence. So I would try to just take my man and take him as far away from the play as possible. I
love it. Let's see. So you basically just watching that whole side, closing the door. Let's check it. Let's see if you accomplish your goal on this one, man. Oh, look at this cat. Look at this dude, man. I'm loving that. See, that's a Po Lil Timmy moment right there, man. He doesn't have a chance. All right, here we go. Now, I'm going to say this. I love this play. I've seen this already. Like I said, I broke this down. I'm going to let this play, and I want you in the comment section. You let me know if this dude balled out on this play right now. Driving. Man, don't bang his head up the goalpost. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I got to get a little replay on that, Zen. Look at this, man. Come on, man. That's crazy. Look at the ref like, oh, Lord. That's amazing.
They called that a personal foul in the game.
What?
Exactly. Yeah, they almost kicked me out of that game for that play. It's just one of those refs. Just one of those reps.
Man, hey, that might have been his son. You was out there dish ragging like that, man. All right, let's go. I love this play too, man, because when I first saw this play on the breakdown, I was like, okay, I can't see this too far. And then all of a sudden, this dude is downfield getting a safety and give him some. Oh, get some. Yes, sir. Look at the referee. They trying to protect him. All right, walk us through this play right here. Do you remember this one?
Yes, sir. So this play originally, I think that our quarterback throws an interception on this, but originally I can't remember the exact name. I think it was like Pelican or something, but pretty much I pass set for a second. And if I feel a bull rush, my coach just told me to try to just drive him to give our quarterback some more time. So what happens is I pass set back, and you'll see a little bit of my pass set here, but I get my hands on him, and then I see that we throw a pick. So I end up driving my guy, and then I end up tackling the guy that caught the pick with my guy.
What? Let's check it out.
Weird.
Let's check it out. So you got a kind of little pass set, and you just drive him out of there. Look at this. I'm loving it, man. That's awesome, man. This dude, one thing I say is, you are very aggressive, and like I said, for a young man who's only been playing at this position for 2 years, your upside is through the roof, bro. I can tell you that right now. All right, you guys in a little bunch set right now. Looks like a run formation in my eyes from a defensive perspective. Talk to us a little bit about this play. Is 2nd and 8 right now.
This is probably honestly my favorite play we ever run. Is the run play itself, not with tight trips, but this is 37 zones. So this is our outside zone to the left. And we kind of changed it up a little bit throughout the year, but this was earlier in the year. So my job mainly was it used to be where I'd like step out, get my hand on his outside shoulder and keep him out. But now my coach wanted me to just drive him as far as possible upfield. And that's what happened on this play. I think I got him about like 10 yards off the ball. But no, this was also against we haven't beat this team in about 10 or 15 years. We didn't beat them this year either, but this was a good team we were playing against too. So I was really happy with this play.
Gotcha. Let's check it out. Is your outside zone?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Yeah, great way of cutting him off, just drive him. And like I say, the back's got a job to do also, right? So they have to make sure they see it. Let's play through a couple of these, and then I'll stop it when I see it. One thing I have to say I like about this as I look at your film, you do a great job with your power steps, right? You don't overstride. Sometimes I see a lot of guys overstride, especially being young at the position, because they think they're driving the sled. So I can tell your coach does a great job when it comes to that, man. Like I said, you killing these cats, man.
Oh, this play's a little weird. Yeah, the steps on this one, but
now I think this is a play I brought up in the video where I said, I didn't like it. You kind of caught him a little bit, and once you caught him, then you begin to drive, if I'm not mistaken. See, you kind of caught him a little bit, and I think I brought this up about making sure you drive off, especially if that ball is being run behind you.
Oh, yeah. This is one of those plays that's kind of schemed for. So, like, the whole reason I wouldn't step inside like that and then wait. The play design, this is our ISO, and we changed it after we played Elder. They're a big national power team in Ohio. That was a fun game. But pretty much we had changed it to when we run into an offset defense, my coach, like normally in ISO, we're going left, I'd step my left foot and drive. But here he wants me to like step inside and then wait and then see which direction he'd come, because in a 3 front, they usually slant like opposite to the linebackers. So that's why I did that, but I definitely need to work on that too. It just like I don't want to I don't want to like have to do that every time. So that's all I'm going to work on.
Well, that's good, man. And you said something that's very big, man, that I see right now as a player that I like is the fact that you're talking about linebackers, you're talking about anticipating the play, you're talking about all those things. And I think that is huge because a lot of guys play the play, right? Coach said, I need to block the guy in front of me, and I'm not worried about anything else that's going around. So you're actually anticipating his movements before he does based on what you see from a defensive formation. So and like I say, for a second-year guy, Zen, hats off to you for that, man. Big
Thank
time.
you so much.
Yeah. Good. And then drive him out of there. Great job. Let's see. We popped through a couple of these. You guys spend a lot of time on the goal line, man. Bro,
Yes,
you're
sir.
killing these cats, bro.
I love goal line.
That's good. Now, let me ask you this. I saw you stick your hand out. What did you say when they made that shift on the D-line?
Oh, this is another ISO play. So this is the sectional. This is our last game, and what they were doing with us is that guy walked up outside of me, is probably like 2 or 3 yards outside of me, and that defensive tackle would shift in and out every single play just to kind of like cause chaos. So originally that was supposed to be my guy, but when he shifted down, I just pointed to my guard and made sure he knew that was him because I had to go out for the backer now.
Go get it, baby. I'm loving it. Communication is key, man. That's the success to any play, bro. Love it. Love it. Good job. Drive him out of there. Get some. Hey, boy. Bro, hold on. I don't know if I can keep taking 6'6", 288 falling on me every play. I'd be like, Coach, man, hey, man, point me to the nearest math classroom or the science room, man. I'm going to be a mathlete. Forget this athlete stuff, man. I love it. All right, here we go, man. We got a little bunch set again. I'm thinking outside zone. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Drive him out of there.
Each one's a little bit,
it up.
Ooh, this is GT again. This is one of my favorite plays.
Yeah, good block down, man. Those block downs are very fun, man. When you get to just crash the line down, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He tried to fight back, but you fold him up, man. Decent. Look at this goal line. You guys stayed on the goal line, man.
I love the goal line.
I'm loving this, man. Man, these kids don't have a chance, man. This is terrible. All right, here we go. This is what I want to see. A little bit of pulling. I want you to talk me through this piece right here. Okay. What is it that you do? Uh-oh. Come on, Hayes, football coach. All right, here we go. What is it so now you have to pull. Looks like a counter tray type deal. I'm not sure that's what you guys call it.
Oh, this is our G. My bad.
No, you're right. GT, so which is guard tackle. Yep. Old school. See the little gray? They used to call it counter tray, but now they call it GT. So they name it who they want to pull because now with the H backs, they may call it GH or GF or whatever the case. So I'm all for it. But here's my question. Prior to this, you coming out the huddle or whatever the case may be, how do you identify your guy?
I'm looking for the outside linebacker, and if he is where he is right now, I think when I remember kind of a little bit walking up this play, I noticed he was a little bit farther out, so I kind of tried to bring my attention more on the middle linebacker because my whole job is when I come in, normally it would be the outside linebacker, but if he's out, I just shift to the next man inside, and yeah, that's all I'm really looking for. And then when I'm pulling, just trying to keep my eyes on him. I try not to look at him pre-snap, just so then it's kind of obvious where you're going if you're staring at your guy, but
Gotcha. Hey, but sometimes you gotta eye him down, let him know I'm coming. What you gonna do about it, baby? Huh? I'm loving it. All right, here we go. So let's check you out. Great pull. You stay tight to the line. You didn't belly enough. You didn't belly out. A lot of guys sometimes they round it too much. You stay tight to the line. Good job. Good job. I want to get into this one piece I talked about on the zone. On the screen game. Here we go. Perfect. Killed him. That's the poor little Timmy moment right there, if you ask me. Hey, that's why I say poor little Timmy. He ain't got a chance, man. All right. While we're doing this too, like I said, we checking them out. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell, man, so we can do more things like this while we watch Zen kill these cats and we learn something from him about who he is. All right. Let me see if I'm going to go a little bit because I want to get to the screenplay. Oh, running back gave him one. Here we go. This is the play I'm looking for. So in his WRE film, okay, I brought this up, and a lot of people asked me in the comment section what I meant about this. And so I'm gonna run the play, and then I'll rewind it again and explain what I meant. So you saw him break down right there a little bit. You saw him break it down a little bit. And here's what I said in the film. I said that Zen had a license to miss. Do you remember me saying that? Did it make sense what I said to you when I said that?
Oh yeah, because I'm trying to keep him off course. I guess like I don't want to miss outside of him, but if I miss inside of him, it still keeps him away from the receiver.
Exactly. So what happens is when you deal with timing, right, especially in a screen game, it's an open field deal, but their lanes open and close extremely fast, right? So they're here, there, boom, boom, boom. And it's constant. It's like a breathing thing, right? It's like a lung or something. It's open, close, open, close. So what happens is as you're running on this play, and I'm going to kind of walk through it, When I said a license to miss, now when you broke down right here, if you catch a better defender, and a lot of times when you big guys are going at them, they know they can't handle you body for body, right? So what they do is they have a tendency to chop you right through the legs and make a pile right in that lane, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to do that when you're taking 6'6", 288 and going right at his neck, okay? And so when I said a license to miss, when you go through this inside shoulder of him, if he's smart, he'll go around you and get out the way, right?
Oh, yeah.
But that opens that lane, just like you said, get him off course, and therefore that running back can go through there and see. So right here, if he would have chopped you, let me go back through here. Oh, come on, Hayes, tighten up, football coach. All right, here we go. So this is what I was saying. If he chops you down right here, your bodies pile up in that lane. Does this make sense? What I'm saying?
Yeah, that
right.
does.
Yeah, so that's all I was saying when I talked about a license to miss. He killed him at the end, though. But a lot of guys were asking me, well, Coach, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? And that's what I meant by that.
Oh, yeah, I got it. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Great job working him. And here's what I like about the outside zone, right? If you can't get the reach lock, you just take him in and drive him out, man, which is perfect. Go through a couple more of these, and then we're going to go ahead and cut it out. Let's see here. Great job, man. You're extending the guys. Looks like 3rd and 1.5, 3rd and 2. Man, look at this.
Can't remember what this one was.
Hey, I can tell you, that's outside zone. Y'all in a bunch. I can tell you right now.
Oh, man.
Look at this double team. This is what I want to talk about, Zen. What is it like when you get the double teams, bro? How do you feel about it?
It's fun. I mean, a lot of my it's funny because in film, this exact play, our coach, it got cut off a little bit, but the guy I was actually driving, this is another outside zone clip. If you rewind just a little bit, that number 4 kid was the defensive end, and it got cut off, but that was an outside zone, so I was driving him, and then number 32, I think it's a linebacker, got cut up in between both of us, and then my wide receiver came over and started blocking with us, and my coach was like, what do you want to, like, why are you in there? You don't want to get caught up in that mess. But no, this was a fun play. I wish it didn't get cut off, but
I love it, man. Hey, let the bodies hit the floor, man. It is what it is. Everybody gets some. Everybody get caught up in the wash, man. We're going to look at this one last one, and let's see what we can goal line again. I'm loving it. What do you expect? We finna pound some heads right now. Let's go. I love and I'm gonna say this too, man. Zen, your pad level at 6'6" is extremely good, man, for a guy. And I keep saying this because I think it is a valid point. I'm not saying this to harp on it or to be a negative, but it's really more of a positive. For a young man who's only played 2 years to do the things you're doing technically, fundamentally, is huge. And that's what I'm saying. Your upside is going to be extremely great, man. So let me go ahead and take this off and let's get back to it, and we're going to round this thing out. So Zen, like I said, man, I think your film is awesome. The sky's the limit for you. You know what I mean? And like I said, for a young man who has played this game for the 2 years, you know, you got some guys who, and most linemen, they probably play about 3 years because they've been so big, you know, all their life. It's just they really learning their bodies, you know. Like you said, you were this big at one time, and then all of a sudden, boom, you grew into it. So that's huge, man. Let me say this piece to you when we go through this. Like I said, your film is cut this off. I'm sorry. Yeah, your film is great. I think you're doing that. But the pass blocking, you know, it's a pass block league now, so you definitely got to get that thing going and see what it is, man. So real quick, I'm gonna just throw a couple comments up here for you. DeMonte D, what's up with you, baby? He said you can see this kid is a very coachable kid. KA says, sky's the limit, Zen 100. He is well coached and polished for 2 years. I'm loving that. Here's another quick question, man. Look at these. Look at these. Go fucking nuts. Y'all crazy, man. Look at these guys, man. Big Shep, what's up, Shep? I ain't seen you in a while. Where you been? Go Buckeyes. I'm loving it. And Brother James, man, long-time supporter and watcher. What's good, Coach A? Love your show, the youth family. You know, I'm a Miami Hurricanes in, so. And I still haven't forgiven you guys. I don't even know if you were born at this time for my loss in the Natty. You know what I mean? In championship game, man. Yeah, you probably seen it, but hurt my heart, man. I don't know if we can be friends after this. And last but not least, great question right here. Are you an early enrollee to Ohio State? Will you be going in early?
Yeah, I'm moving in about a month and 16 days, I think. I'm excited, extremely excited. Big reason I wanted to go early is just get that extra time to just get better. You know what I mean? For my freshman year.
Sure, definitely, man. So before we round this thing out, I like to play a little game. Zen, are you down for a game? Like Jigsaw says, you want to play a game?
Oh yeah,
I love it. All right, I call this thing. All right, quick response, one word answer. So I mean, I'm gonna say something to you, and you got to give me the first thing pops in your head. You ready?
yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Let me pop these things up here right quick. All right, here we go. Who is the most influential person in your life?
My dad.
Dad. Okay. Which coach has impacted your game the most?
My head coach, Coach Bragg.
Coach Bragg. Coach Bragg, big shout out to you from coach to coach. Hats off to you, Coach Bragg. Hope you're watching. All right, man. What's your rival school up there in high school? What is the rival school?
Probably New Albany. New Albany, big rival.
New Albany. All right. I was just doing some research. Now here go the question. New Albany.
I hate them.
Yes, sir. I'm loving it. Did you guys beat them this year?
Yeah, they were funny because they were favored to win by 6, and then we beat them 56-19. So
they were favored to win by 6, and y'all beat them 56-19?
Yes, sir. It was 42, I think, to 14 at half. And then,
I love it. I'm loving it, man. All right, real quick, man. What does Ohio State football mean to you?
Family. Just really just building a family that I'm going to have running for the rest of my life and making me into the best football player and person I can possibly be.
I love it, man. That's perfect. Oh, more than one word, but you started off with one word. I'm just teasing, man. I'm just teasing. All right, here go the last one, man. It's game day. Coach Bragg is giving his win one for the Gipper speech. You know what I mean? Let's go out there and get them, guys. This is for all the marbles, those kind of speeches. Zen sitting in his locker. He's got his headphones on. What song is playing?
Shoot, that's hard. There's so many. Probably I'd have to go with 6 foot, 7 foot by Lil Wayne.
I like it. Okay, 6 foot, 7 foot. Right?
Yeah, it's good. It's probably one of my favorite songs.
So it's your song. I need a bar then, Zen. I need a line. Give me a line from it.
I'm
putting you on the spot.
6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot, 9, and then he's probably that album is probably one of my favorite ones. But if I had to go with someone new, it'd probably have to be Lil Baby.
Okay,
if I had to go with something new.
I'm liking it. Here go a bonus question. I only do 5, but I got a bonus question, man. What's the #1 YouTube channel out there right now?
#1 YouTube channel out there, Coach Hayes.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, the check is in the mail, Zen. The check is in the mail, Zen. I'm loving it, man. Well, I appreciate you, man, for coming on. I hope this was an opportunity for fans and people around to get a chance to find out who you are. Like I said, when all this recruiting goes on, the only people who really get to know, besides the fans, who you really are the coaches who are recruiting you. And what I don't like is sometimes that so many people, especially in the recruiting world and the 247s, and I'm not knocking them, I'm just saying we don't get a chance to learn who you are. So this is an opportunity. I like to put this on so we can learn who the players really are, what they think about. And like I said, I learned a lot just from looking at your film, not knowing that you played 2 years, but now I get a chance to learn the mindset, how you think about a play, what you think about all that stuff, man. So that's perfect, man. Real quick, man, Zen City. I like that. All right, good luck, Zen. And Nathan, man, you still ain't hit me back. Did you get your shout out or not, man? Great job. Nathan been a long-time supporter. Let's get into this piece, man, so we can get up out of here. Where can people follow you on Twitter, Zen?
At Zenue M.
Zenue M on Twitter, and as well as on Instagram.
Zen_423.
Zen_423. Make sure you go on your Instagram and your Twitter. Follow him, man. Let's get him to 10,000 likes and subscribe, or whatever you guys call it. I don't know. I'm not cool. I can't do it. All right. As well as for me, if you want to follow me on Instagram and Facebook, I am at Coach Hayes Football. On Twitter, it is Coach Hayes FB. Okay. Also, real quick, I'm going to put this back up here. Go to CoachHayesFootball.com. Cop your poor little Timmy merch. Get a hashtag Go Bucks shirt. All right. The game is coming up soon. If you order it today, giving you 10% off. Promo code is Timmy10. Timmy10 is the code right now. Put it on. You'll have it in time for the game. All right. With all that being said, man. And real quick, man, other than that, I don't have anything else. You have anything you like to give, any shout outs you like to give to anybody? Anything you like to say in the end?
Just really thankful for my family and friends for helping me get here, and just everyone that's really supported me. But very, very blessed and happy to be where I'm at.
Got you, man. Well, that's perfect, man. Zen, I appreciate you. Thank you for taking your time out, coming and spending with me for a little bit, man. We had a great show, had super fun, man. And other than that, I'm out of here, man.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. Anytime, man. I wish you best of luck.
See ya.